everybody.
Hello!
Welcome to day 32.
Already?
Yeah.
Done a month?
Done a month. And it's going well.
Why now?
Okay, so today we want to talk about how to eat carnivore if you're the only person in your household eating carnivore. And, or going around a lot of friends and nobody else is carnivore and they're having
I got an easy answer.
drinks and stuff. What's that?
Avoid them.
What? Yeah, that does help, but it's not realistic.
Isn't it?
Not really. So we've got a little bit of experience with this because we have been having a lot of allergies for so long.
11 years.
Yeah, 11 years. And our food has always been different than everybody else's around.
Yeah.
People actually have kind of gotten used to us now, just eating weird, and nobody even acknowledges us anymore.
Well, you went gluten-free before I did.
Yeah.
So you're the only one gluten-free in the house first.
Yeah.
You also went paleo first.
Yeah.
You also went keto first.
Yeah.
You also went carnivore first.
Yeah. 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 Everybody's looking at me like
And we
I was
all
weird.
and you drag us all behind you.
But yeah. But I mean, the thing is it can be done, and
It can be done.
it doesn't have to be that hard either.
It can be taught.
Yeah. Exactly. So there's one thing that you always want to keep in your mind is like, why are you doing this? Why are you going carnivore? Like, are you doing it for health? Are you doing it for, you want to feel better, or you want to lose weight, or you want to gain weight, or
I want my sanity.
you want, well, yeah, you want, like a mind that'll work proper, and the sugars and stuff on it. Oh,
Nope.
That's the bone marrow. So just keep in your mind why you're doing it.
Mhm.
If you want a clearer mind or whatever, just always remember, this is why I'm doing this. Because food is going to come up all over the place all the time.
Yep.
And you just have to stay focused. And especially if you're the one that does most of the cooking and you're cooking for other people in your house that are eating, a standard diet, or they're eating paleo or whatever, like.
Don't feed them.
Spoken like a 20-year-old.
Not for long.
So, it's just that you make their food and put it aside.
Yeah.
Okay, so if let's say you're making
Hide it.
lasagna or something, fry up your hamburger, take off some of the meat for yourself, and then put the sauces and stuff and the rest of it for them. Or have yourself some, if you like boiled eggs or pickled eggs or whatever, have that in the fridge. If you can afford the steaks, make sure you have yourself a steak and make them the lasagna. Like, there's always ways around feeding everybody else and not eating yourself. I've done countless dinners, family dinners, where I've had all kinds of different stuff, and then
You got your little plate there.
I've got my meat, my cheese, and whatever I'm having. And
Around
it's
you.
it's at the table. Yeah, it's right. It's around where I'm sitting. But these guys, they enjoy it too. So I just slowly graduated in bringing more of my type of carnivore and less of the food that they were used to. And still had some berries or something on the table that they could put on their
Slowly introduce carnivore to them.
waffle and stuff, yeah. And, if you do it slow enough, they don't really even realize it's happening.
Yeah.
They will, like, notice that this stuff is getting less sugary and stuff. For a time, I was even buying fruit and making fruit roll-ups.
Yeah. It's a good substitute.
Yeah, so that you don't have all the additives, you don't have all that stuff in there. And it wasn't like, I enjoyed it, but it wasn't something that I'd go out of my way to eat.
If it's
so
standard
it was a safe food for me.
for people on a standard diet,
Yeah.
just start with simple sugars too.
Yeah, like take out the white and the brown and replace it with
Honey.
Honey, dates, coconut sugar, monk.
And just slowly
That's all,
introduce
like,
more
go
of the
that way. And then as you're going that way, you can make things less sweet.
swerve.
Ugh, yeah. That makes, yeah, you make stuff with swerve, you don't have to worry about me eating it. I'll totally stay away from it. I can't stand that stuff.
I like that stuff.
I know you do. I don't. But I mean, that's just a way to kind of shift things. Let's say your family isn't going to change and they just want their stuff. Okay, so get a cupboard or a pantry or whatever, and that's where that stuff goes.
Yeah.
They want it, they have to get it from there.
And don't let them eat your stuff.
And your stuff like what, bacon? Eggs? But to have that stuff in the cupboard.
Your carnivore lasagna.
Oh, okay.
Or your...
Have that stuff in the cupboard, and that is an off spot for you.
Yep.
So that is off limits for you. You don't go there. You stay away from that spot. And you don't even check it. Like if they've got their snacks in there, don't even go and check when you go shopping. Right?
Let them buy that stuff.
You can always forget, like, oh yeah, right, I forgot to check to see if you guys had this, and then they'll run out, right? But see, we're talking from us
from our family.
Yeah. So you have to do what's right for your family.
Yeah.
And because as far as I was concerned, if at the time if he ran out, tough noogies, grab yourself a carrot, that type of thing. But also intermittent fasting works really good. So pick your time, like if you want to do 1 meal a day, or if you want to do 2 meals. A lot of times I'll eat at 10 and at 3 or 4. And then after and before that, I don't eat.
It's a good time to bake too, eh?
Yeah, it's a perfect time to bake. Like I've baked when I've been fasting. And it's like, oh, I can't eat nothing because I'm fasting. So you make cookies and you make all the stuff that you need to make for your family, and you won't eat it.
Yeah.
And you drink your water, you drink your coffee, and you're good to go. Now I'm talking about families that will not change. You can't change them. They're going to want the stuff. And if you bake, right? Yeah. So, I mean, some families are easier to kind of maneuver around things than others. My mom was easier to maneuver. My dad still is not so easy to maneuver. He's a good sport, though. Yeah. He's a really good sport. Like, he tries everything that I give him and stuff. And let's see, what else do we have? Sometimes the best help you're going to get is if you stick and you work hard at your carnivore. Yeah. And all of a sudden your family stands back and goes, whoa.
Because you'll get resistance normally when you start.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And if you are and your mate or your kids don't like the idea, you will...
You'll probably have fights.
Yeah.
Fights over
But the funny thing is they'll stand back after you've been on it for a while and they're going to go, well, hold it, you're looking better. You're not so moody. You're not so sick. Yeah. You're not so, like, this. You're happier. Yeah, exactly. This will all come up. And then a lot of times that I've heard anyways in the past, they'll ease up some. Because maybe there's something to this, right?
Mm-hmm. Or maybe they just think, can't change your mind, so why fight it?
Why fight, exactly. So sometimes they turn into your cheerleaders too. Because they like the way you're coming out of this. They
won't do it themselves, but they'll cheer you on.
Exactly. And so if you do have to cook for someone that is like standard or whatever, let them be the taste tester. Yeah. If you're making something and you don't want to try it, well, let them taste it. And if they're not around to taste it, cook it off and then make them eat it. If it doesn't have enough salt or something, say, hey, like, I'm doing this for you. I will continue to cook for you. And you can always just change things just a little bit to make it a little bit healthier each time. Yeah. But I mean, everybody knows their own family.
The hot water won't jump out.
Yeah. See, everybody knows their own family. So you know what will work for you and what won't work for you. Yeah. And like I said, I'm just saying what worked for us. And, we have movie nights every so often. And there's a lot of times I will just sit there with a glass of water. Yeah. And everybody else has got, like, I think Dad had popcorn and Mom had something else and you had something else, and I was sitting there, I just had water. because I figured I don't want to eat. You know, I'm doing an intermittent fast or whatever, and I drank 2 cups of water during the movie, and I was fine. You have to focus on
yourself.
Yes, and you have to focus on the positive. Okay, don't sit there and go, oh great, like, you know what, okay fine, whatever, I can't have the popcorn, you know, so I'm gonna pout and I'll just drink this water. Okay, well that's not doing you any good.
Nope.
Focus on, you know what, I'm doing this, I can do this, I'm gonna get healthier, I'm gonna get stronger, you know, I can make it through this. And then, you know, carry on. If you do want something, why not get yourself some Wisps or some beef jerky?
Sounds good.
Like beef jerky will take you a long time. So they're gnawing it through a movie. You can
Weenies. Hot dog weenies.
Hot dog wieners, right? Because sometimes
Have a bowl of hot dog wieners cut up.
yeah, and fry them in some butter or something, and
No, what wieners?
it's a different taste than just always having steak too.
Yeah.
And maybe it'll be the difference that
It's again the
will
variety.
be a treat, right?
The variety.
That would be a treat, or melt some cheese on it, or some sour cream with. Now I'm starting to want that too. Make yourself a cheese tray, and like put some cheese, different cheeses on it, or just plain cheese and some meat, some bacon, or some, you know, steak slices or something, and some couple deviled eggs or something. Well, then you're gonna have just a better meal than they're gonna have with their popcorn. Because I know when I have popcorn, I feel like garbage afterwards. I feel so sick. But yet, if I sit down and I eat a bunch of bacon, like beef bacon or turkey bacon, or it's a bison bacon or whatever, I feel fine. I feel good.
Coffee with butter.
Yeah, have a coffee. Put butter in your coffee.
I have that often.
Butter.
Coffee and butter.
And butter.
I'm off the dairy, not the butter.
Or put whipped cream and cream cheese in your coffee. Like whip the two together and make yourself a fancy coffee. You know, like a buttered whipped cream cheese coffee. To, you know, if you've
I can't do that.
if you have company over, right? And you got different candies and stuff, make yourself one of these coffees. That's carnivore coffee. Okay? It will make you feel good. It'll fill you up. It'll make you feel like you're not missing out on anything.
Yeah.
Or an egg yolk coffee, or bone broth with egg yolk and some cream in it. You know, there's so many things that you know.
You may not be able to have your wagon wheels again, but
yeah.
Or your
M&Ms
bread.
Or your bread. A lot of people it's bread, but you know it is totally up to you to make it successful, and you can do it. I mean, like I said, with the gluten things, we've gone to people's homes and we were gluten, dairy, and egg free at the time.
Yeah.
And we had this person.
Have this, just a little bit.
Yeah.
Kill
Nothing
you.
is gonna hurt you. It's gonna
kill
be
me.
fine. And then they went over and they looked at me and they went, "Well, if your mom wasn't sitting here, you would eat it."
Yeah.
And it's up to him. If he wants it, he can eat it. I'm not. It's not my body.
Yeah.
You know. But people don't understand. You know, you've got this way of feeling good, and they want you to be a part of their enjoyment.
Yeah.
And that's why they do this. This is why they push food on you, because they want you to enjoy as they're enjoying.
Yeah.
Not understanding that, like, for us, it could kill us.
Yeah.
They don't get that concept. And we've taken food, to funerals, we've taken food to weddings and gatherings. People already expect us to show up with our little lunchbox and...
Of weird stuff.
Yeah, you know. And if you're going somewhere and they're...
Of crickets and egg white breads.
If they're cooking, just tell them ahead of time. Like, there's no shame.
Is there going to be anything there I'll be able to eat
Yeah.
with no chance of cross-contamination?
Yeah. And for people that don't have the allergies, like, it'll be easy for you just to say, look, I'm on this diet where I eat beef, eggs, and dairy,
Yeah.
And I would appreciate, like, if you're not going to have something there, like, could I bring some chicken wings?
Yeah.
Or could I bring something along that I
I'll
could
be able to
eat?
eat.
Right. So it doesn't have to be this huge stigma. You might find more of a stigma if you have to deal with a vegan and they don't want to meet in your house. You're gonna have to figure that one out.
Yeah.
But
We don't have to.
Yeah, we don't actually. Well, we know some vegans, but we never go over there and eat. So, but so that's about what we're thinking, and you can do it, and it can be done successfully, and it's just keep thinking. You know what? I'm doing this for me. I'm doing this to feel better. I'm doing this to be a better mother, a better daughter, because when I'm feeling good, like I can accomplish more. Yeah. And you don't snap as fast.
Where are you gonna snap?
Yeah, nothing. So, think positive. And I know there's gonna be times where you're gonna be like, oh, whatever, like, I'm done.
Give me a date.
I want something.
I want a date.
Brazil wants some dates. Yeah.
You had that a couple days ago.
Excuse me? I didn't have any.
No.
Oh, I had the craving.
You had the craving a couple days ago.
I had a craving, yeah. But, and okay, let's say you do. Okay, well, it's not like me where I'm going to have pineapple or celery or what was the other thing, walnuts, and I'm going to or gluten, and I'm going to die. It's not like that. So, let's say you do have something. Okay, you had it.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. Just move on.
Yeah.
I mean, we've gone through times, and one of the times we're going to be talking about in the future
video.
Where we actually did kind of go off carnivore for a couple months.
Yeah.
Because of what we were doing. So, but I mean, we never left it.
We worked on a cookbook.
Yeah.
It's our upcoming cookbook. We'll be talking about that in a future video.
But I mean, we did sort of leave the carnivore because we had to do that.
It's a job.
And the thing is,
and we'll talk about that later.
But we didn't leave it because we came back. This was still my total intention. What we were going to eat. So, you know what? You mess up, you move on. You move forward. You just keep going. And just try to keep it positive. Don't look at what I can't have. Look at what I can. So, thank you for joining us for day 32. And hope it's been helpful. Hope there's been some stuff in here that will help you. And we'll see you on day 33. Bye!